What if I told you that Las Vegas's crown jewel, the resort that defined luxury on the Strip for 25 years, has become a ghost of itself? You walk into the Bellagio on a Saturday night expecting that old electric buzz, but instead you hear your own footsteps echo across half-empty casino floors. And the scariest part, MGM is desperately hiding how bad it's gotten. Today we're exposing why only fools are still paying premium prices for what's become Vegas's most overrated disappointment. And the number one reason? It will make you question whether Vegas is even worth visiting anymore. Number 10. The Mirage effect. When the Mirage closed its doors in July 2024, something strange happened at the Bellagio. Foot traffic dropped 15% within 2 months, even though nothing had changed inside. The psychological damage was immediate. Tourists started assuming if the Mirage couldn't make it, the whole center strip must be dying. And they weren't entirely wrong. The Tropicana demolished, Bally's getting gutted for a baseball stadium. Every closure sends the same message. Old Vegas is over. The Bellagio sits right in this death zone, surrounded by construction barriers and empty lots where legends once stood. Visitors see the wrecking balls next door and think, why would I pay $400 a night to stay in a graveyard? The resort becomes guilty by association. When tourists post photos now, it's not the Bellagio fountains they capture, it's the empty Mirage sign in the background, the construction cranes, the feeling that they're watching something die in real time. MGM insists the Bellagio is thriving, but the numbers tell a different story. Convention bookings for 2025 are down 22% compared to 2019. The message is spreading. The center strip feels like it's closing down. But if psychological damage is hurting the Bellagio, wait until you hear what people are actually paying inside. Number 9. Overpriced everything. Your comments kept circling the same frustration. Somehow a $28 breakfast sandwich at Sadelle's or a $19 lobby cafe coffee feels less like Vegas luxury and more like someone daring you to complain. Even a $24 poolside beer has become one of those moments where you look at the receipt and just laugh because the alternative is getting annoyed. It isn't that Bellagio is expensive, it's that the prices no longer match the experience that used to make the splurge feel worth it. That shift shows up everywhere. Guests say the portions feel smaller, the service feels rushed, and too many dishes mysteriously disappear from the menu during the busiest hours. You don't get that old sense of being treated. You get the sense of being processed. And when people remember how generous and elegant Bellagio once felt, the comparison stings even more. When people feel scammed over a sandwich, they don't come back. They tell their friends not to come. They leave one-star reviews. The Bellagio is pricing itself out of its own market. But overpriced food is just the appetizer. The main course of disappointment starts with their most famous attraction. Number 8. The fountain fatigue. Every 8 minutes, the Bellagio fountains shoot water 460 feet into the air. In 1998, crowds would gather 5 deep to watch. In 2025, tourists barely slow down. The magic isn't just fading, it's gone. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The fountains haven't been updated since 2003. Same songs, same choreography, same show you can watch on YouTube from your couch. Meanwhile, Dubai built fountains twice as tall. Wynn added drones to their water shows. The Sphere creates visual experiences that make water jets look like cave paintings. The numbers prove it. Bellagio's own data shows average viewing time has dropped from 12 minutes in 2015 to under 4 minutes today. People catch one song, take a selfie, and leave. The restaurants facing the fountains, once impossible to book, now have same-day availability even on Saturdays. Social media tells the story better than any statistic. Search Bellagio fountains on TikTok, and the top comments are brutal. Overhyped. Skip it. Looks better in the movies. When your signature attraction becomes something people warn others about, you've got a serious problem. Speaking of problems, the fountains at least run every day. The same can't be said for the casino's energy. Number 7. Convention ghost days. Walk through the Bellagio on a Tuesday in March or a Wednesday in October. What you'll find is shocking. A 5-star resort that feels like it's closed for renovation. Dealers standing at empty tables. Slot machines playing their jingles to no one. Bars with more staff than customers. The Bellagio's dirty secret is that it only feels alive when conventions hit town. CES, NAB, SEMA, these events mask a brutal reality. Without them, occupancy craters. Industry insiders report midweek occupancy dropping as low as 60% during non-convention periods. For a property with 3,933 rooms, that means over 1,500 sit empty on any given Tuesday. The casino floor tells the same story. On a recent Wednesday afternoon, the main pit had 4 of 12 blackjack tables open. The poker room, designed for 40 tables, was running 6. The high-limit room, completely dark. One dealer, speaking anonymously, said some midweek shifts feel like working in a museum after closing. This feast or famine cycle is killing morale and service. Staff get sent home during slow periods, then scrambled back for conventions. The result? Inconsistent service that frustrates even loyal customers. But at least ghost town days are temporary. The next problem is permanent and getting worse. Number 6. Luxury that doesn't feel luxurious. The Bellagio charges $400 to $700 per night, positioning itself as 5-star luxury. But guests are discovering a nasty surprise. The luxury is peeling at the edges. Literally. Room reviews from 2024 paint an ugly picture. Carpets with visible wear patterns. Bathroom fixtures that belong in a Motel 6. Air conditioners that sound like diesel engines. One guest documented finding 3 broken tiles in their $500 a night suite. Another posted photos of wallpaper bubbling off the walls. The infamous musty smell appears in 23% of recent TripAdvisor reviews. But it's not just cosmetic. The Bellagio hasn't had a major room renovation since 2015. That's a decade of wear on mattresses, furniture, and carpets in a property that sees 70% annual occupancy. Meanwhile, Aria refreshed all rooms in 2023. Wynn updates every 5 years. The Cosmopolitan just completed a $100 million renovation. Service has slipped too. Housekeeping, once/twice daily, now requires requests. The concierge desk, formerly staffed by Les Clés d'Or professionals, is down to 1 or 2 people juggling hundreds of requests. Average check-in time has stretched to 27 minutes during peak periods. You're paying Ritz-Carlton prices for Holiday Inn service. And that's before we even discuss the corporate chaos surrounding the entire property. Number 5. The MGM Drama Cloud. September 2023. MGM systems get hacked, shutting down everything from slot machines to room keys across all properties. The Bellagio becomes a cash-only prison where guests can't even open their own doors. The attack cost MGM $100 million, but the reputation damage was worse. Then came the fee avalanche. Parking that was free until 2016 now hits $30 daily. Resort fees jumped to $55 per night, a new early arrival charge of $75. Mysterious amenity fees appearing on spa treatments. MGM Rewards, once the best loyalty program on the Strip, got gutted in 2024. Tier credits harder to earn. Comps slashed by 30%. Free play disappeared for anyone below gold status. Regular players are furious. One comment summed it up perfectly. I've spent $200,000 at Bellagio over 15 years. Now they want to charge me for coffee. Forums are filled with former VIPs moving to Caesars or Wynn, where they're still treated like they matter. The corporate bleeding shows in the numbers. MGM stock dropped 18% after the hack. Bellagio's repeat visitor rate fell from 47% to 31% between 2022 and 2024. When your parent company treats customers like ATMs, even a prestigious name can't save you. But corporate greed is nothing compared to what the competition is doing. Number 4, competition got better. While Bellagio rested on its 1998 laurels, the Strip evolved. Resorts World opened with 3,500 rooms, each featuring technology Bellagio can't match. Fontainebleau launched with suites starting at $200 less than Bellagio's basic rooms. The Cosmopolitan, Aria, and Wynn all underwent massive renovations. The Bellagio, still showing its age. Here's what hurts most. Newer properties deliver better luxury for less money. Circa Downtown offers rooms with stadium-sized TVs and multi-level pools for half Bellagio's rate. Resorts. World's Food Hall has Michelin-starred concepts at food court prices. Virgin Hotels removed resort fees entirely while Bellagio keeps adding them. The entertainment gap is even worse. While Bellagio clings to Cirque du Soleil's O from 1998, Wynn has rotating headliners. Resorts World books a list residencies, and the Sphere creates experiences that make traditional shows look prehistoric. Even downtown is stealing thunder with immersive art installations and concerts that cost a fraction of Strip prices. Travel bloggers have noticed. Of the top 10 Vegas hotels recommended by major travel sites in 2024, Bellagio appears on just 3. It ranked 7th on Condé Nast's list, 9th on Travel Plus Leisure. The verdict is unanimous. Better options exist, but at least the competition is trying. What's happening on Bellagio's gaming floor is just sad. Number 3, tight tables and cold slots. The comments poured in with the same frustration. Lost 520 minutes. Blackjack felt rigged. Slots are tighter than airport machines. When gambling stops feeling fun, casinos die. And Bellagio's floor is dying. The math backs up the anger. Bellagio's slot hold percentage increased from 7.2% in 2019 to 9.1% in 2024, meaning machines keep more of every dollar played. Blackjack switched from 3 to 2 payouts to 6 to 5 on most tables under $50 minimums, tripling the house edge. Roulette added 000 wheels, pushing house advantage over 7%. Table minimums tell another story. Friday night blackjack starts at $50, craps at $25, baccarat at $100. These aren't high roller prices, they're exclusion prices. The average tourist with a $500 gambling budget gets maybe 2 hours of play. That's not entertainment, it's extraction. The results are visible. Gaming revenue per square foot at Bellagio dropped 31% between 2019 and 2024. Dealers report entire sections of the floor sitting empty on weeknights. The poker room, once running 40 tables during the World Series, maxed out at 18 tables in 2024. When people say the game is rigged, they stop playing. Bellagio forgot that gambling is supposed to be thrilling, not threatening. But rigged games are fixable. The next problem is embedded in Bellagio's DNA. Number 2, the old Vegas hangover. The Bellagio is trapped in 2002. Dale Chihuly, glass ceiling. Frank Sinatra music in the elevators. A conservative dress code that feels antiquated when Zouk nightclub is letting people in wearing Supreme hoodies and Yeezys. Today's Vegas doesn't care about your Mediterranean villa fantasy. It wants Instagram moments, not Italian marble. TikTok videos, not timeless elegance. The Bellagio offers neither. Its most photographed spot remains the conservatory, a flower garden that changes 4 times a year. Meanwhile, Area 15 has immersive art that responds to your movement. Omega Mart creates surreal grocery store experiences. The Sphere literally transforms the skyline nightly. The demographics tell the story. Bellagio's average guest age climbed from 42 in 2015 to 51 in 2024. Visitors under 30 dropped by 44%. Young money goes to Cosmopolitan for the rooftop pools, Circa for the sports betting stadium, or downtown for the art district. They see Bellagio the way millennials see department stores, something their parents liked. Even the celebrities have moved on. The paparazzi camp outside Wynn and Fontainebleau now. DJ sets happen at Zouk and XS, not Bellagio's Hyde Lounge, which closed in 2020. The Bellagio became what it never wanted to be, your dad's Vegas. Which brings us to the number 1 reason the Bellagio looks like a ghost town. Number 1, tourists finally wised up. Here's the brutal truth that MGM will never admit. People discovered the Bellagio mystique was just marketing. The fountain views? You get them free from the sidewalk. The restaurants? Same celebrity chefs cook at Caesars for 30% less. The rooms? Aria has better ones. The location? Everywhere on the Strip is a $10 Uber ride. The awakening started during the pandemic when people had time to research. Travel forums exploded with threads titled "Bellagio Not Worth It" and "Better Alternatives to Bellagio." The consensus was devastating. You're paying a 40% premium for a name. The numbers confirm the exodus. Bellagio's TripAdvisor ranking among Strip hotels fell from 3rd in 2019 to 14th in 2024. Direct bookings dropped 38%. RevPAR, Revenue per available room decreased from 287 to 209, even with higher prices. The math is simple. Fewer people willing to pay more equals empty rooms. Social media sealed the verdict. A viral TikTok showing identical rooms at Bellagio for $450 versus Paris for $190 pulled in 3.2 million views. The top comment, with 45,000 likes, said it best. Imagine paying double to look at a fake lake. When your premium price becomes a punchline, the game is over. The Bellagio isn't just empty, it's exposed. The emperor has no clothes and everyone finally sees it.